Hey, I was just talking to Kyle about some of the cars we need to get organised, particularly for the Summernats. Mr. PSI, I just wanted to get an update on that, and also the XR8 and Daniel's car. I've got him ringing me, asking me about how that's going. If you can just give me an update on them.
Okay, Mr. PSI, we are hoping to get that on the dyno on Thursday. Done an oil change and a few bits and pieces getting it ready for that. So that Thursday, I'll get on the dyno.
Yep.
XR8, Robbie's done a fair bit of work on that while George's been on holidays. When George gets back and do the roll cage, and hopefully go out racing by the weekend.
When he gets back. Busting the chops to get out there, mate.
I know. I got him into it, so he should be right. And Daniel's just got to do that transmission conversion. We've worked out most of the stuff we want to do with it, so it's on the hoist, ready to measure up and do the
All right.
transmission.
No worries. All right.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just adjusting the tappets up here on Mr. PSI. I'm just doing some pre-dyno checks to make sure it's all good before we put on the dyno later this afternoon. And the reason for that is things change and we haven't run it up for such a long time. It's good to check everything over, make sure everything's good before we do run it up. And the exercise today is going to be to make sure we've got the same power as what we had last time we ran it up. So we've got a good baseline to start with. And then from there we'll be playing with cam timing first, and then maybe changing the camshaft to try and get some more power out of it. Now I'm just adjusting the intake tappets to 10 thou and the exhaust tappets to 12 thou. Alright, and move on to the next one. Alright, what I'm doing here is tying the car down. Obviously a car with this much horsepower, like we're pushing for 2000 horsepower, it's very hard to make it, the tyre actually grip on the rollers. It's very easy to get wheel spin. So we've got to tie it down extremely hard into the front and rear roller. So what I'm doing first, I've got a chain which is on a pulley system, which the pulley's down in between the rollers, and I'm just going to hook that over there. Now that chain is attached to the airbag system down here, which just pulls on it's got about 100 pounds of pressure pulling on the chain, which in turn pulls on this bolt, which pulls the tyre down into the middle of the rollers. And we've also got straps, which I've got a strap going through here, which is hooked onto one of the hooks, which is already on the car. And that's to hold the car back into the rear roller. And on top of that, we might even run another strap down the ramps and over the front wheel to try and hold the car back. It's quite excessive, but that's sort of what you've got to do with a car with this much horsepower. If it was like a 300 kilowatt car or something, you wouldn't need half this stuff, but something like this needs a lot of effort to hold it on the rollers. Alright, I'm just setting the tyre pressures. In shootout mode you've got to have the tyre pressures at 40 PSI, but I think I'll set them to 50 because in the past we've found high pressures to be beneficial to minimise tyre slip on the rollers. The next thing is to hook up all the sensors that are fed through the dyno, so I can monitor what's happening to the engine through the dyno. The first one is the boost pressure hose, engine RPM, and also injector duty cycles, which is just basically the time the injectors are open versus the time that they're shut. And all this stuff just lets me monitor everything through the dyno, which is very helpful. After you've done a run, you can go back through it and see if there was any issues anywhere. Alright, I'm going to give you a brief rundown on how the dyno works, for those of you that don't understand how they work. The main thing that you look at when you're drawing a graph on the dyno is obviously the power. The red line there is the power curve. Now that is graphed along the bottom here against road speed or RPM, whichever way you want to do it. And the graphing on the side here is horsepower or kilowatts if it's in metric. Now you can graph it against a lot of things, like we've got torque in this case. As the example there is torque. But on a car like this, boost pressure is very important, so you can bring up the boost pressure. And you can see there, that's the boost pressure there. So it's got maximum boost at maximum RPM, with 30 pounds of boost. One of the important things is the weather station. So what it does is it measures the temperature of the room, the humidity of the room, and the barometric pressure of the day, which changes day to day with the weather. It's a wireless weather station, so it's always adjusting the temperature, the baro and the humidity, which what that does is it changes the correction factor to keep the power consistent. So an example would be on a 0 degree day in the middle of winter to a 40 degree day in the middle of summer, you should have pretty much the same power.
Hi, I'm Rob Vickery. Here at the Horsepower Factory, we not only like our cars to perform well on the dyno and at the track, we like them to look good too. That's why we use and recommend Voodoo Ride. It's not magic, it's Voodoo Ride.